in. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Well, here we are. I figured with the cold weather coming and stuff like that, we should try to move some of this indoors a little bit. And my buddy over here was kind enough to let me hijack part of his show, his channel. So yeah, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. But what this is going to be about, I don't know. Actually, for right now, we'll talk about resistance types things. We'll try to talk about the most absurd things we find that's going on out there. And most importantly, though, is what we need you guys to do is support not only us, but everyone you can. Everyone that makes sense to you, that, that speaks to you in some way, whatever influencer you follow. Like our content, like their content, subscribe to it. Put anything in the comment section. A blue heart, for example. I noticed that Adam Mockler, he does that. That's very good. That shows that you support what we're doing. Plus, it affects that algorithm that is so important. How awesome would it be that for us to do what we do without asking for a penny from the audience? From the people that support what we do. That would be great, because I don't know about you, but I don't have money falling out of my pockets. I'm sure Lou's probably the same way. But it would be great to just start beating them with their money. Whatever it takes. But I think that's where we should go for right now. We'll start seeing things in content that you guys provide to us to help us guide where we want things to go. Because ultimately, it's about being informed, all of us to be informed, and to support each other in any way we can, however we can. And I think that's where we how we're taking this show. What do you think, brother?
Well, I agree 100%. Yeah, we've got to hook it all together. It's the big thing that I'm having an issue with is people are giving up hope already, and you can't give up hope already. It's way too soon. Now is the time to band together and fight back. We should have been fighting back all along, but it's not too late now. And no matter how much bad news you hear, how desperate you think it sounds with all these tariffs that Walmart already said they're raising their prices.
Yeah.
Because of the tariffs. Walmart is raising their prices.
Mm-hmm. Companies have shut doors.
And already. It's going on to consumers because, people have lost their Christmas bonuses because of this. Don't give up hope, though. Don't give up hope. That's the worst thing that we can do.
I'm hearing both.
What do you think, Matt?
I have a tendency to agree with you, Lou, that we need to not only have and hang on to hope, but here we are creating our own. This is one of our last efforts. We're gonna put people in charge that we want in charge. We are gonna put those people there. We're gonna be all on board with our agendas. And you have to ask yourselves one really important question: where do you want our country to be? We have to participate. I kind of think they've done it on purpose, is to make politics this, I'd rather watch paint dry, which is still kind of true. But that's how they win. They keep us so busy we don't pay attention while they're doing everything they want. And then when they try to explain it to you, they explain it in such a word salad that you're just glazed over because you have no idea what they're talking about. It doesn't need to be that complicated. I suppose that's really what we are about. I think that we're going to attempt to take the complicated and simplify it, because that's how it should be. It's not that complicated, and especially going forward, we can do things in terms everyone can understand, and it doesn't need to be the way it's been made out to be, ever since I've been a kid, even into now as an adult. But I think
I
supporting each other.
agree. I mean, if you think about it, how many people got tricked into thinking that Obamacare was something separate from the Affordable Care Act?
Yeah, that's quite true.
And they voted against Obamacare, not knowing that they were voting against their own health care.
Yeah. And there's people that have,
and so
cancer and whatnot. They're on medication
I think
that's really expensive.
I think that part of our responsibility, and it's not even our job, it's our responsibility as citizens, is to enlighten the others through plain speak what it is they're looking at. Because that's what's missing, is a lot of plain speak. They give you a lot of political jargon and bullshit, and you think, oh, this sounds fantastic. And then we get into it, and it's a load of horseshit. Because we got hornswoggled by the political rhetoric. So those of us who can decipher that have the obligation to pass on that information to others.
Hey, and if I can add real quick, we have to stop assuming. I don't know about you, but I assume that, who the hell is going to follow this guy talking about someone else's country being garbage in the middle of the ocean? Are you kidding me? Or grabbing women by, we all know, that's political suicide. Any other time, I bet you I'm not alone in thinking that. How could this? How? I'd vote for a Brown Cran before I vote for him. Are you kidding me? And then this happens. We have to pay attention. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Go ahead.
I think that one ray of sunshine right now is it looks like they're already starting to crumble from the inside out. So that may play to the average person's advantage.
Yeah, all the infighting that's going to happen.
They're already.
Oh, she's threatening to release.
It's already happening. They're threatening. Yeah. The whole thing of, well, if we're going to do this for Matt Gaetz, then we got to see all your sexual, proclivities and whatnot. And it's like,
she's been hanging on to evidence. You mean, isn't that kind of obstruction? If you're holding on to evidence, of concealing a crime, isn't that a crime too? I'm just saying. Kind of sounds kind of.
No, she's saying that. Well, she's saying that things that have already passed, like payments to cover up.
Yeah, sure, that's what she's
sexual abuse of senators.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what
she. It is not those cocaine-fueled orgies.
I think we all know.
Or somebody.
Yeah, well, she was no offense, she was probably part of it, and that's a horrible thought, but that's not our business. What our business is to let them crumble and to take the reins.
I don't know. I think we should push.
Yeah, we can't just sit back and let them crumble. We have to give them a gentle push.
Yeah. Yep. Calling them weird, they don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And publicly call them out. I'm not sure how I feel about wearing a blue bracelet in the middle of a deeply red place where I live, but if we got to do, right? To protect ourselves, I think. And I would rather at a glance look at someone and know that, all right, at least this person's not going to try to beat my ass because of my "I voted early" sticker, on my car. I don't know. I think going to
I
blue
mean,
is a
his
good idea too.
cabinet
So if
is
anyone's
looking more
not
and more like a
left
Ringling
Texas,
Brothers clown car.
right, right. Aren't you on? Isn't this show on Blue? Blue?
Is it what?
Isn't this show on Blue? Don't you have a link to this show on Blue to your network? I thought you just made one.
I should. I'm pretty sure on Blue Sky. I know I have a link to. I know I have a link to the Blue Sky on this channel.
Right. Yeah.
When you go to the
Kilbro
main
is on,
page,
is on
it'll
Blue Sky.
say it says Twitter or Twitch. But yes, this channel is on Blue Sky.
So yeah, I recommend those of you that are on X.
Why? Because Elon Musk is a piece of crap.
It's an understatement.
I had two different accounts on X, one my personal and one for this channel, and I deleted them both. I deactivated them both just last week. Switched over to Blue Sky. It has to be done.
Yeah.
You know, once he gets the message that, you know, his politics are screwing with his money, maybe he'll get the hint.
Speaking of cutting ties, I mean, I think everybody should do what you need to do, but I, for one, you know, I'm the youngest in my family. I'm of 7, and I've had to. I'm an only child now. I draw the line at racism and bigotry, you know, and all this this own the libs bullshit. Look where it got us. Yeah, that's my line. As much as it crushes me to do that, because I really care a lot about my family. Well, I don't know. Actually, they kicked me to the curb a long time ago. Actually, I don't hear from them much anymore. So yeah, it's for their part, it's not really much of a loss seeing me go my own way. But I have a feeling that they're going to see. They're not going to help but see what's coming. It's going to affect them directly. You know, people in their lives are going to be hurt, devastated, and, you know, heaven forbid someone might lose their life. But I have a feeling that's going to happen. People aren't going to be able to get their medications. Their medical appointments aren't going to be able to happen. You know, the loopholes that they're going to make us go through. They're coming after Medicare and Medicaid. You know, they want to cut 30% of our GDP. That's, you know, where do you think they're going to get it from? You know, they are coming after our Social Security, our Medicare, our Medicaid, and, you know, I'm not on the Medicare and Medicaid yet, but I'm certainly collecting something else. I'll just put it that way. And without those safety nets,
I'm on both.
Huh? You're on both?
I'm on both.
We're paying into this, man. This is our damn money. Our money. This is not, I hate what they call it as an entitlement. It's our money. And we need to fight to protect it and make it solvent, which we can do, which is what immigrants do, by the way. They're tied into that's another reason why they want this immigration problem, because they're trying to kill Social Security, but they can't, because thanks to immigrants, illegal otherwise, they pay taxes. You know, they pay tens of billions into our social safety net programs. And without them here, well, those programs, we're not going to have taxes for one, and we're not going to have the additional money to keep those programs alive. So they're going to say, see, we told you, and it's going to collapse. And millions, tens of millions of people are going to be, yeah, going to be in trouble. And they're going to be directly affected by it. So everyone is going to be touched by this hard.
Well, from what I understand, it's going to cost taxpayers $2 billion a year. $2 billion, that's with a B, dollars a year to what's the word I'm looking for? to send illegal immigrants, quote, illegal immigrants, back to their own country for deportation. And they're not talking about just illegals, because they said they were asked, what are they going to do, to stop separating families? They said, we'll just deport the whole family.
I know. That's disgusting. It's just disgusting.
And that's even if the members of the family are naturalized, citizens.
They're going to realize real quick what
if they came over. If they came over legally and got their citizenship legally, they can be deported legally under the Trump administration, which is absolutely ridiculous. Wow. And it's going to cost us $2 billion to do that. Make it happen. Yeah. And it's going to cost us $2 billion. $2 billion to throw people out of our country that belong here. Right.
That want to be here. That want to be here. They love this country. They work hard. Say what you will about immigrants. Go ahead. You do. You spend an hour in their shoes. You'll drop. No. They're some of the hardest working people I've ever met, I've ever seen. And they do it with a smile on their face every day in, day out. And it's bullshit how they're treated. Pisses me off. Sorry. What do we want to be as a country?
The way I look at it is, between the tariffs and deportation, we're going to enter not a recession, a depression. We're going to lose so much, and prices are going to go
we're going to be so
high because of lack of production and everything else. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a 1929 depression
or worse. I don't think they're prepared for how bad it's going to be.
And I know people who, believe it or not, there are some Republicans that I know that are what do they call them? They stock up on stuff because there's for survival purposes, whatever they call them, suburban survivalists or whatever. So they have all yeah. So yes, and they're all looking at us going, yeah, if this happens, we're good, but you're not. Well,
it's not an easy thing to do.
It's a matter of. And the funny thing is it's no longer a Democrat or Republican thing. Mm-hmm. It's a we the people thing. Yeah. We're all getting screwed no matter what party you're with.
He hates everybody. Well,
I wasn't saying and you sit here and say, well, it's their fault.
He hates some people more than others, but he hates us all. Every one of us.
Well, to say
any of us.
To say, well, it's their fault because they voted him in. Mm-hmm. It's their fault because they voted for him, or they voted for this, or they voted him in. It doesn't do us any good solving the problem. Right.
And that's what they want.
We still have the problem, no matter who voted him in.
Yeah. Yep. They want us fighting each other.
So I know this is hard for y'all, but embrace your Republican friends. Embrace your Republican neighbors. Show them that we're no different than they are, and we're all in the same boat.
I don't know. I think that I agree with you on the neighbors part of it, but I think friendships from people that we trusted for so long, and they hid that from us. I don't know. I think a penance needs to be exacted for that. I feel a little different. My neighbors, yeah, okay, you're not over at my house for barbecue. I just have to look at you from afar. That's a little different. Family and friends. I don't know. I've had to. Me personally, I just couldn't. Once I realized that all that hate was there, my morality, my sense of being, I couldn't sleep, and I had to just cut ties. That was my last straw. 3 times for this fucking guy. So me personally, hey, everybody do what you need to do to make yourself happy. That's all I can say. And respect whatever anybody decides on how they get through this to the other side. Seriously. We all have to cope in our own way. But we still have to wind up at the end of this road together. That's all we got to do.
Well, I think that's where we should start, is trying to establish an us.
Yeah.
It's, because it's not us versus them anymore. It's us versus them. Trump and his clown car cabinet.
Actually, the 1% is probably what it's like.
We need to. Well, I mean, there's not much we can do with them.
True.
We can't. There's not many of them that. Mm-hmm. I got to give Mark Cuban credit for sticking by his convictions, no matter what it cost him. And people of that ilk, but and glad that they're on our side. But we have to get down to it now. Now it's time to start hitting doors, talking to people, putting the word out there that this doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah. But I hate to say very maybe cliche and very stupid or whatever, but honesty is going to be the only way forward. We have to be honest to ourselves, honest about our politics. I ain't no friggin' saint, but I do the best I can to live my life as an honest human being. Am I perfect? No, by no means. But I like looking my friends and family in the eye when I tell them something. We need that again. We need that back, and I think that's something that we're missing. The ability to look each other in the eye and be honest with not only ourselves but each other. That's my opinion on that going forward.
Well, that's a great opinion, man. We all need to, and we're not the only voices. You have to understand that we're not the only voices. So are you guys. We speak to you, not for you.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility as much as it is ours to get the message out.
And if we're getting it wrong,
as Matt said in the beginning, put your comments down below. Leave your comments on other people, on other influencers and other, shows that you follow, that you get your information from, that you think resonate with you. If we don't resonate with you, don't give us a thumbs up. Give it to somebody else. But if we do, let us know. If we don't, let us know.
Right.
Because the more interaction we have, the better off we are.
Yep, totally. Yeah, I agree.
So with that in mind, I'd like to close this out by saying, Matt, thank you. It's been a pleasure as always.
And thank you guys for.
No, that's right. Keep going.
Hey, man, thank you for your time, guys.